We have a good one here. This is David versus Lambo. This is both of their first ever belt game. We're going to get a brand new belt MCS champion in this one. Lambo on offense to start this one. David on defense. We saw Lambo already in a breakdown. We saw David already in a breakdown. Both these guys play the game a little bit differently, have their own unique styles. I think there's a lot to learn from this, and that's what we're here to break down. So, first and foremost, we're going to see Lambo's going to come out in this normal Y close very, very often. Again, Lambo's on offense right now. He's in the Ravens uniforms. And what's nice about this is that he has each of these guys predicate their offense around a kind of gotcha-ish, keep the defense honest play, which is a form of an RPO read. So what we're going to have here is that this guy's the read option key. And if he runs RPO read, he has the ability to hand it off, keep it, or this bubble could potentially be a throw, okay? Now, if we watch, I don't know if he's actually even going to call us right here, but something we have to keep in mind because it's going to be a big play throughout this. He ends up just going inside zone. And what these guys will do, I don't know why they just popped that up. Good job. That's them, not me. Um, you'll actually see them utilize inside zones as well to kind of complement that RPO read. Let's see, he audibles into the normal Y off. Gonna go halfback base. Icky gets out of there for a big gain. And very quickly, David's seeing that his run defense is not good enough. Now, a lot of people will try to get away with these styles of defense where, they have guys way out here in six techniques. This is six technique, right? Outside shoulder to tackle. 6 or a 7? I'm really blanking right now. I want to say 7. Doesn't matter. If you're a football guy, let me know. Pretty sure 7, actually. So we have these guys way out here. We have 2 backers in the middle. Well, run game's going to be there all day. Now, the one thing that David T is doing that can help him with the defense is that he's coming out in double safety go. So this is a safety right here. He's actually starting from up here and coming down into the box. Same with this guy right here. And when this happens, David T, he comes out in a play called double safety go and then audibles. So now this guy might be in a deep blue, but he's all the way in the box, which will help against seam throws and will help against the run. So just something to keep in mind. Although very early on, it's looking like David might have to get out of this defense. And we're immediately going to see. So I told you that safety was in the box, right? We established that. We're on the same page. The safety's in the box. Well, guess what happens? In this case, safety in the box, unable to rotate back in time. Seaman Demon. This isn't even a Seaman Demon. This is a Seaman Monster because this is an absolute easy touchdown. Mike Gesicki, end zone. And that's where, if you're David, right, I'm very big on, and obviously hindsight 2020, all those great things. They're both incredibly good players. But I always try to talk about like trying to make people work because to win these types of games, you to get stops in this type of game, you have to make your opponent work. They're not just gonna like randomly throw you the ball if they're not gonna miss what you're just easily giving them, right? You need them to work on first down, work on second down, work on third down, and make their drives take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plays. So they show a lot of their arsenal and they're more likely to see something wrong, to make a mistake, to get cheated even on offense. Right there, we see a couple of runs from Lambo. Really, really easy to move the ball when you're just running, and then a wide open touchdown. David right here. I call him David T. He goes by the David T. From Long Island, New York. Favorite team is the Giants. Started playing Madden 07, and he made it to the Madden 23 Ultimate Madden Bowl. Madden 07, Sean Alexander and Matt Hasselbeck, yeah? On the Seahawks team, Sean was the cover athlete. That was probably the first Madden I really remember like playing a ton of because that had a pretty good superstar mode. This one right here, look. Talk about constraint plays, right? David running a lot. Oh, no. All right. David T running this RPO read bubble. Lambo trying to send a lot of pressure at him. Well, think about it. If you run an RPO, all of these blitzers become irrelevant. You're actually taking them out of the play. Block, boom. And then David's going to actually get jiggy with it and get into the end zone and splash. Okay? Both of these guys doing a good job early of making the game really easy on themselves. Ooh. I actually like that you can do that in this game because that was a click off by Lambo. So I don't hate that. I did not hate that at all. Excuse me. By the way, I have very chapped lips right now. I don't know why. I don't know if it's related to, I got sunburnt like a week ago. My sunburn's gone, but my lips felt like they got chapped during that or something. Maybe my lips got, I don't know. Maybe but if you see me like licking my lips a lot or like kind of like doing that, just know it's because they're chapped, okay? Don't hate me. I'm trying my best. I already hate me. I don't need you to hate me too, okay? Let's skip ahead. 2nd and 9. We missed a run. Fine, though. Lambo in a normal Y-off close. Nothing there. Nothing there. Gonna throw the ball away. And I will take a nice sip of my pre-workout. It's leg day today at the gym, so I'm thinking about going to hit some chest, but we'll see. Might just go straight biceps, maybe forearms. A route combo we're seeing right here. I don't love this from Lambo, but I like the idea. He's going streak, going post. I think he's going drag. The issue that kind of happens here is that the streak from the halfback doesn't have an opening from a flat. And yeah, so that's why I don't love it. Go smoke screen on the other side instead. Able to get there nonetheless. There is a big thing in this game, right? Where offense is pretty easy. Zones are bad. Man coverage is bad. You know, there's switch stick. But outside of that, offense is just pretty easy in the game. You can actually, like, as long as you can make reads and not force the ball and not turn the ball over, you can run a lot of different things in this game, I think. Like, you really can. Zones are bad. Like, they're very, very bad. So, yeah, you see him in this. I like to see a little off meta. We're genuinely seeing two off meta offenses. I don't think this MCS event, even like, I don't think I give enough credit. We are seeing two completely off meta offenses. If you are somebody who has complained or is like, talked about, man, I hate seeing bunch all the time. I hate seeing trips all the time. I mean, this is different. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is different. Like, a genuine. I'm not even like, sometimes you'll see bunch. And it's like, oh, well, it's bunch X nasty. Haha, not bunch anymore. Like, but like, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. David T in that 3-3 odd now. We talked about this some in the other games. The goal of this blitz is to get this guy coming off the edge. He moved him. He started right here. He moved him out. Get this guy coming off the edge. This is show blitz. And we have a slot corner here. Now, if Lambo wants to, the RPO read actually is very, very open against this style of defense. He might hold on to it for now. No, he's going to go to it. And you see immediately. Now, touchdown. Jeez, both these guys are scoring easy. Now, why is this RPO read so open? Well, when it comes to a read, the read key is always the first man near the line of scrimmage outside of the tackle. So in this case, we have this guy being the read key. Okay. Well, this guy's on a bubble. This guy's blocking. What is the thing with the read key in this game? No matter what, even if this guy is pass committed, manned up, right? You would think, okay, well, I'll man this guy up and pass commit him. So he plays his pass assignment. That's what you'd want, right? And I think, especially with the pass, there's some argument about if he should play the man up. If he's pass committed right here and he's manned up and he's pass committed, he absolutely should play that. That's fair. He doesn't. He's going to play the run because he's the read key. Okay, that's something designated by the offense, but it's going to manipulate the defensive logic, meaning that this guy's going to be free on his bubble. So the only person who can play it is if this guy sheds, which he might, but this is a block right here, or if this guy comes down, okay? Or David has to start doing some things where he like gets this guy involved. Somebody's not right here. So what do we see? Very easy throw. And I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Both these guys making the game really, really easy on themselves due to mostly their scheme, right? Due to their scheme. And just like that, Lambo up 14-7. We get to see a replay right here. Easy, easy, easy. Oh, yeah. And now David T back on offense. If we look at Lambo's defense, he's in 3-4 odd, setting the dog, or he's looking like he wants to send the Hounds out of man coverage across the board. Bang, bang, bang. This will give a lot of people issues. This can lead to a lot of throw out of sack picks. It can lead to a lot of times getting behind the chains. I'm curious what David's approach is here. He had that one play touchdown to begin the game, but it's unlikely David just keeps giving that up. Or I'm sorry, Lambo keeps giving that up. And he's going to go with the block tight end. So one of the tools you have in your tool bag when you're trying to block different pressure is we've probably all seen, you've probably been in a situation before where your halfback kind of just like is stupid and dumbs out and like doesn't block anybody, or he gets instantly shedded or misses a block or something. Well, one of the things that people will do, especially against overload blitzes like this, where this isn't like a loop, right? There's no one here trying to loop around or come free or something like this. This is actual like some straight high school football, like my boys are better than your boys, brother, and we're just getting after you right here. Good luck. Well, one of the best ways to do this is block, 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 right? And actually get that halfback totally out of the equation, and not even allow any penetration from the defensive line, that front seven, really. So let's see if David keeps on going back to that block tight end method. It looks like he is. It looks like it's something that is working as well. So it's actually kind of note that you can take for yourself, because that is one of like the things, right? Blocking in this game consistently is very inconsistent. And so what I mean by that is if you have two different blitz or two very similar blitzes, sometimes the way you block those can be entirely different, and they can change so much patch to patch, year to year, formation to formation. It can be different, which is annoying. Play action compared to no play action, everything can change so much. But there are some rules of thumb that you can kind of live by. One of which is against this style of blitz, a block tight end is a good idea, right? Doesn't always work, but is a good starting point, good idea. It looks like it's working very well for David early, which is a big deal. He's gonna go 5 wide right here. Still with that block tight end, I assume. He could, if you wanted to, you could go streak tight end right here, try to get him up the seam. Doesn't look like he's going to, but definitely an idea. Notice he's got all day in the pocket, and that's what you can't do if you're Lambo. If you're blitzing 6, we gotta get 6, but we gotta get somebody home, right? Or at least collapse a pocket, put some pressure on David. That pocket right there was crystal clean. You know, that's what that was. And yeah, here we go. Down to second and inches. That's going to take us out of the first quarter. David going to the inside zone now. Both these guys really executing a genuinely very solid run game early. And he won't take this end at first. I thought he might. He'll go look to snap this ball. I don't think Lambo has his defense set up. Yeah, he doesn't. Goes drag underneath. I talk about the drags all the time. It's a new route that, like, it's not a new route. It's a new talking point for me though, because it's something that I realized I overlooked in terms of like just like talking to people about it. And it hits a lot, like it's very funny because it hits a lot of the things of like all the things that makes a corner route really good, right? And why people love throwing corner routes and stuff like that. All the same things apply to a drag. Outside of a corner route could be 30 yards, a drag is usually 5 to 10 yards, right? In terms of like rack. Um, but I actually think it's way more realistic for people to focus on throwing drags than it is for them to focus on throwing corners. To be super honest with you, got this pressure coming up again. You'd love to see Lambo either check out of this at this point, because now you're getting to a point where Lambo, right? Every play, your pressure's picked up. It has not came in once. So either we gotta get to another pressure look, whether it's a different blitz inside of here, or we need to go coverage, 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 coverage. Right, zone these dudes out and play coverage, especially here on a 1st and 10 from the 16. I think it's a really good opportunity to go full coverage. I really do. And he doesn't. That blitz does come in though, so that's the thing. Okay, so the blitz can come in. Whether or not Lambo did something slightly different there, I'm not sure. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But now it's like, okay, if you're David, stuff like that, that's one of the worst parts to be on offense, where you're like, I just blocked this. Why'd it come in? Maybe it's fluke. Maybe Lambo set it up differently. We literally don't know. It looked about the same. Maybe if I super looked at it, he did something different, but it looked to be about the same from from our perspective here. Watch this halfback wheel. Could be a potential late throw. Still block tight end. Goes quick throw instead. Not there. Good user by Lambo. Whenever you're in these cover 0 blitzes, you're going to take, usually your user going to be responsible for the halfback quick out of the backfield. Does a really good job right there. David, though, he actually had more time to let things develop had he just like been willing to wait, right? Try to almost like get gotcha-ing Lambo with the quick throw. And Lambo's all over it. Really good. Genuinely really good. That's a user play. Another option for David is to go 5 out. He's going to go 5 out right here. Oh, and he 5 outs at the perfect time. Oh, no! Oh, no. So one of the ways you can attack a heavy blitz is to 5 out it. Now the issue of 5 outing is that if everybody blitzes and you send everybody out on routes, you gotta get that ball off fast, obviously, right? The one nice thing with 5 outing though is, well, one, if you get that ball off fast, you make the right read, probably gonna be a big play. But 2, if they go full coverage, right, and they only send 2 like Lambo does, you have all your receivers going out on routes, so you probably have some good options here. In this case, that's what happens. Lambo only sends 2, which I think is the right call. David actually makes a really good call right here, whether or not he knew he was only sending 2. Goes to corner route right here. He aggressive catches it, so he gets him a kind of a, not the best animation, but the fact he dropped it in this game is a little nuts. And then it getting picked off is also a little nuts. And both of them are kind of reacting like that, because that's a little crazy. That should have been a catch. If anything, maybe it's a KO. Maybe you're okay with that. That's rough. That's man. You hate to see that. I actually think it was a really good play by both people. Lambo switches to full coverage. David ends up going 5 out. I thought it was really good. Just doesn't work out. The normal Y close. Dropping back. Got that post route. Big play from Mike Gesicki. Touchdown. Yeah, Tutty. Tutty. Untouched. Lambo up 21-7. And as we get back into this, the broadcast missed the first play here, or the start of it, but it was just a throw to the RPO read flat, little flat route from the tight end. This is a Giants playbook, by the way. I should have mentioned that. My apologies. Giants playbook for David T. Here on offense. I'm not. It's Eagles for Lambo. Lambo's in the Eagles playbook. And is he going back to this play again? He is. And Lambo doesn't really seem to have an answer for this at all. And it's tough, man. Like, you can stop this, but stopping it in the confines of the defense you're already trying to run, right? Because if you sell out to stop that play, that's the thing. Like, anybody, genuinely speaking, anybody can put a lot of defense on the field just for this play. But what makes it tough is that there's a lot of other good plays that David T is able to run around it. That's actually what makes, if you ever see a play like this, it's kind of glitchy, kind of tough to defend, whatever, touchdown. Jeez. You can stop those plays. Even pass plays are like that. You can stop those plays. What makes those plays lethal is when you can pair them with really good things, right? Think about double post from gun bunch offset. If you remember that kind of meta a few years back, or last year even. That play was really, really good. It was not unstoppable. It was just really, really good. Like the top of the line of a play. What made that play unstoppable is when you were able to correctly pair it with things like an inside zone split, with things like verticals, with things like curl flat corner. Different things like that then open, attack different areas of the field because they're loading up to stop that play. In this case, though, we're really seeing Lambo not really respect that play, so he's just going to RPO. Let's see if he does it again right here. Lambo this time looks like he's respecting a little bit more, though. Might get an inside zone. No, he's going to end up checking a stretch. I don't love this stretch. I did not love this at all. Second and goal. 2-yard line. Got a deuce close stretch. I do not like it. No. Gets the door held on him. Probably going to take this to the 2-minute warning. I'm assuming if you're David. David with the round bifocals and Lambo with the Carhartt beanie. I'm a big fan of Carhartt. Don't want to say I'm rooting for Lambo because of it. I don't want to say I'm biased just due to a beanie, but certainly leaning his way. Although David T is wearing the college dropout sweatshirt, and I am a college dropout. So, hell, I'm wearing a Texas shirt. I've never even went to the University of Texas. I wasn't even born here. So, maybe I'm identifying with David because of that. I don't know. I think dives are terrible in this game, by the way. Fullback dives, all that stuff. I think they're so bad in this situation. The interior line blocking is never worse. Gets blown up. 4th and goal from the 1. If I can go for it. Yeah. I've worn some glasses, too, in my day. I have contacts in right now. What's his under? I wonder what David's undershirt is. That, depending on what that is, you see, because I'm not much of a, I don't even know what Lambo's is. Like some kind of anime thing? Naruto? Naruto? Someone knows, and, I said it wrong, and they're laughing probably, or they're mad at me, but, someone knows. I'm just not into it, so interesting. Both guys have nice apparel stuff on. Really enjoy it. I will say my glasses that I wear, rectangle lenses. Just very skinny rectangles. Waiting for them to call a play or something. Sorry, we haven't had any good analysis in a sec. All right. Here we go. 4th and goal. Gonna flip into the bunch Y or a bunch X nasty. Time out. Hey, Mike. I'm sorry. Okay. Just want to analyze something. Here, man. That's all I want. Gotta watch RPO. And it's there. Yeah, and sometimes you just gear up for everything else besides the RPO. And, you're in this situation. Part of your thought process, if you're Lambo, is honestly, if you're Lambo, you're thinking, no way David T runs the RPO read flat. He knows I'm selling out for it. So if there's no way he's going to run it because he knows I'm selling out for it, I'm actually going to big brain this and not even sell out for it and instead defend everything else because there's no way he's running this because he thinks I'm selling out for it. And David T goes, I bet he's not defending it. And you know what happens? He didn't defend it. Touchdown, David. Cuts the lead down to 7. That little process, though, genuinely is something that happens. That is a real thing. I'm not, And that's just like how it is at like, high level sports, I think sometimes. Like there's so many things going on. Sometimes you like be overthinking. And yeah, it's interesting. Goes up top. I don't think you could throw that. He just tried that little wheel weird. I don't think that's a great throw. Yeah, he tried this route, which is on one of his stock plays. It's like a little outside release thing going on right there. Ah, yeah, I don't love the halfback streak on that play because there's nothing pushing, right? You need that clear out to the sideline, right? He could have thrown it probably that play, I guess. Drops back, corner route, got it, Jasicki. Good gain. Lambo now also playing a little bit of the clock game, right? Because the minute 21, he has a timeout. You'd like to have more timeouts, obviously. Has a timeout. Probably, you just want to make sure that you're scoring with no time left, right? He might go up top. No, he's going to take the sack. That's going to burn some time. David could call a timeout here. He won't. Lambo's going to go hurry up. 15 seconds on the play clock right now. Under a minute left in the half. Goes up top. Boom. Does he fall? I think there's a very large argument to fall. He does. Wow, he almost scored, though. He does fall. Okay. I think that is the correct move right there from Lambo. Gets down to the 1. His first play will probably be a kneel. It will be. Yep. And the whole reason, right, is that Lambo's trying to do everything he can to make sure that David T is not able to get the ball back at any time. Now, for a while this year, they did not have runoff in this game, so you could just call your plays and like there would be no accelerated clock or anything like that. Now there is a runoff. So 49 seconds, assuming the fastest Lambo could score a touchdown is with 47 seconds. You're probably not giving up points in that quick of time, or you'd like to think you're not. At least a touchdown, right? So right here, what I'm getting at is you're going balls to wall to score. I love the QB kneel. It's a good call. Now we're going balls to wall to score. If we have to settle for 3, we'll settle for 3. Right? There's no issue with that. He's gonna get stood up. 3rd and goal from the 1 now. Lambo with the timeout, so he's got plenty of time. He's got to let this one drip all the way down in the gun split slot. A couple like different run plays here, right? Off tackle. Got a little halfback gut. I don't think he'll go halfback draw. He might go slants because he's actually just called stock quick slants in this situation already in the last game we broke down. Let's see here. Draws back, sends the dogs. Lambo upset with the inaccurate. That is one strategy that people will do. I'm assuming he makes this field goal. Is that in those situations? Whoa, 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 whoa. What? He just. Okay, I mean, shame on me. I'm sorry. I just thought he was going to kick the 3. He literally had it pulled up. So David T sends 4. Yeah, I mean, a pretty basic play. This is one of the like things that people will do in this area of the field that just works really, really well. Is really just overloading the middle, right? You have a drag coming across, you have a post coming across the back, you have an in route coming across, right? And the zones just don't do a good enough job in this game of defending the middle. And really, there's just not much help in the middle. Able to hit it pretty easily. Score the touchdown, ballsy, but pays off. I don't love that call, but I mean, it works out, so it works, right? You're not upset by it. Now, David, 5 seconds left in the half on his own 30, right? Probably gonna launch something or something stupid. Gonna try. That though is a freaking backbreaker. Oh, because I mean that's tough for David. I don't like the send 4 that David had right there. I don't love the send 4 that he did. He got to the 41, so he's actually now in Hail Mary range. Go goalpost, lob it up. A lot of people like blitzing in this situation. I don't. I like a user rush off the edge, like send 2, send 3 user rush. I don't love a blitz. Throws it up incomplete. I just think a lot can go wrong in a blitz. I think, man, I don't know. A lot can go wrong because you blitz, you send 5 or so, they throw a slant, they get loose. You drop 8 into coverage, user rush. Ideally, you're not giving them time to get like a clean pocket. And on top of that, I mean, if they ag 8 of your dudes in coverage, I mean, good job. You know what I mean? It's like there's only so much. I understand the logic behind blitzing. I would love to know the numbers like the difference in actual like conversion rates between a blitz and a non-blitz. I don't know. David T down 14 with ball right now. Could be a massively different game had he gotten a stop. He's going to go immediately to a pass play. Notice that tight end blocking, and pretty much he's blocking this pretty well. Like David, I think we've seen like one or two times where Lambos just came totally free, but overall, we have seen David be able to block this blitz, seemingly just blocking his tight end. Tight end is off the line of scrimmage just by a hair. Now he's going to go to RPO read flat. And yeah, this is something where, I mean, Lambo hasn't, I don't think he's even almost stopped it yet this game, right? Which is really making, I mean, right now, the big difference that we've seen is that pick that David threw. And it wasn't even a bad read, and you hate to see the game come down to something like that, especially where it's starting to like be more and more costly at this point where, you know, both these guys are really doing whatever they want on offense, it feels like. That's tough. You'd like to see Lambo at this point, man. You got to go more coverage, call a different blitz or something. We have a slightly different blitz here. Gonna actually, okay, Icky's a dog. Gets 2 on that carry. David going no huddle. Go streak, or yeah, wheel. Picked up pressure, drag underneath. Randy Moss, 3rd and 5. This is where it can get kind of tough. Lambo burns a timeout. I don't love it. Those timeouts can be very, very important later on in the game, but he felt like it was a good time to call it, so not going to blame him. You got to assume he's got defense for the RPO read flat. You got to assume he does. If you're David, does David block the tight end here? He does. I don't think he's sending pressure. He's not. You kind of tell he wasn't sending pressure. Something you can pick up. Pick! Bad pass lead by David. That's just an aggressive pass lead. 2 different things to talk about here. Notice where the user is by Lambo. His user's back here. Usually when he was sending pressure, his user was like here, right? Kind of trying to manipulate the offensive line. So this is something you can pick up on in games against other people too, where if their user is kind of like down here every single time and they send a blitz, and then you start seeing that user back off some, a good chance they're not blitzing so you can predict their play call. Right there, though, we're right. He only sends 2. Has the drag, actually. But look, he's going to pass lead it. Instead of pass leading it, and again, it's 3rd and 5, so he's trying to get aggressive. Instead of pass leading it here, he pass leads it here. And that allows for this guy to undercut it. Okay, watch. Boom. See? Now it gets undercut. There's a little bit of aggressive pass lead, which I understand on 3rd and 5, but dang, is tough. Could have been 6 right there for Lambo. Just barely steps out of bounds. Now he's in a really good spot. Keep in mind that Lambo has he hit a 4th down yet? I don't think so. Definitely a frustrating moment for David, because that's been his first, like, in my opinion, his first real bad mistake was that Lambo checks into trips tight and flex. Goes to the bubble. If you notice that deep out route on the right side, you may have noticed it, is because on certain plays that have like little out routes on their RPOs, you can actually stem them all the way up. Pretty good route. Something to keep in mind, something maybe you could use. Go here, Lamar Jackson wiping his hands off on his ass cheeks. Now, we're going to have to see, I don't like this route combo. I really don't. I mean, that's like I think that's just such a risky pass. It's not super open. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that, but it's one he's called a lot. You know, with this being the second game we've seen Lambo play against this 3-3 odd, something we've seen consistently is that he's just picked it up every time. Like, he has blocked this 3-3 odd. I think it's maybe screamed one time in the 2 different games we've seen him play against it. And that's just where, like, dude, if you have protection down, I mean, you have protection down in a game where zones are bad, you're going to move the ball, right? You just got to avoid getting screamed at. And he's doing a really good job. Both players have done a really good job of not getting screamed at this game. Gonna go a little touch pass here. High reward, pretty low risk. Gonna get a decent gain out of it. Gonna milk this clock. Every single play now is another 30 seconds off. And while, you know, if you're Lambo, you're still trying to push that ball downfield, ideally make this a 3-score game, you are trying to milk some of that clock. He's gonna check into trips, kind of flex. Watch this return route right here from the outside guy or from the inside guy. He's not gonna go that. Go to a similar route. Come on, goes flat throw, out of bounds, 3rd and 2. Milking that clock. Oh, he's going to have to burn timeout. He's going to, no, he's not. No, he does not have to. Okay. Pressure off the right edge this time. Goes up top. Oh, tutty. And this is something, man, that I can't quite figure out. I've been seeing this happen too much in this game where DBs are just getting randomly ran by. Like Randy Moss just runs by both of these dudes. And maybe there's a massive speed difference there. I'm not 100% sure. But we've seen that happen some. I don't know what's causing it necessarily. Massive, massive touchdown. You just see it right there again. Lambo's been able to take advantage of that quite a few times. Now David's down 21. With the amount of time left in this game, right? About just over 6 minutes total. 3 timeouts. You have the 2-minute warning. It's still a game, right? Now your only goal for David is just cut this to a 2-score game, because I'm a massive believer that if it's ever a 2-score game, especially if you have all 3 timeouts, ever a 2-score game, there is a lot of life, right? I mean, it's hard, obviously, low percentage, but there's like life. So now we're just trying to make this a 2-score game, keep this game alive. We have to get 7 this drive, 2nd and 9. And we do need to move with, you got to move some urgency here too, right? You got to be pushing the ball downfield a little bit. You really can't let this be a couple of minute long drive. It's just tough, right? Really like 3 minutes max. Anything over that starts to get like you're killing a lot of your hopes. Corner route up top, might go high ball. No, he's going to go drag underneath Jalen Hyatt. One thing to keep in mind, even right there, like very, very small, very, very small. But watch this defender on circle. Watch. Lambo clicks onto this guy. And look, this is an easy path to get out of bounds to help slow down the clock. Lambo's going to click onto this guy and immediately steer out. And even something small like that keeps David in bounds and keeps the clock moving big time. Right? Because you can manipulate, if you got out of bounds, you can manipulate the clock, wait until the play clock runs down to 15, call your play, you won't get a runoff. Here, there was a 20-second runoff or so. Right? Lost a good amount of time. RPO read flat, that time gets bagged. Lambo chooses a really good time to finally lock that up. Not sure if that was a little bit of fluke of the shed or not, but still. And we're going to see Lambo appears to be in double mug. So he's switched up his defense. Still in man-to-man, though. Corner route. No, it goes across the field. Randy Moss, no sir. David fighting for his life. 12 seconds left in the third. 3rd and 11. Lambo, if he gets a stop here, it's got to be GG's. Drops back, only sends 4. So you see even a little bit like this, and this can be tough. Oh, laser. This can be tough as an opponent here, because as the game goes on, you're getting used to what Lambo's doing, right? And you actually feel good if you're David, right? You genuinely, he only has 14 points. He's moved the ball pretty well. But now Lambo's low-key like switching it up, almost showing him a totally different defense. And it's like, oh, you kind of have to like get accustomed to that and how that's going. Right there, really big play by David. A tight throw, tight window to the tight end. George Kittle, the people's tight end, with 10 receptions this game. A lot of them on the RPO, but a couple on a post route. It goes drag. Oh, that coming bad. A little overthrow. An annoying overthrow, I'll say. Hate to see that. I'm glad it wasn't picked off. Might try to catch him with the RPO read Y flat. Or he might go inside the zone, too. I actually think, like, nah, I mean, we just got to score. We just got to score. Nope, it's going to go over here. Pressure comes in. Slant there. Randy catches it. 3rd and 1. Got to go fast here. David might just go inside zone. I have yet to see one of his inside zones really get blown up. And I don't think this is the defense that will do it. He goes inside zone. Good stick as well. Good user by Lambo. Just not able to get there. Got to go. Not going to go hurry up. Wouldn't be surprised to see Lambo go full pressure dogs right here. Just got a user of that tight end. Make sure that's not a quick throw to the flat. Tight end is a quick throw to the flat. Gotcha. No, Lambo. Okay. Thought that'd be predictable. Thought it'd be predictable. Lambo. 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Clock is moving. And you don't want to go too conservative yet here, right? Pick up your first down, especially with how good you've been playing offense. Like, don't go crazy. In route, got it. Broken tackle, big hit, but gets down to a 3rd and 1. Every first down just puts a little bit more of a dagger into David. I'd be curious. He's going to touch. See, I don't like is this touch pass right here? I really hate this play call if it is. Okay, it's not. He has yet to call this right here. Watch quick drag. Going to be tough to defend over the middle. And then if he does defend the quick drag, you have this post route over top along with corner streak. Tough route combo to call, especially when you haven't, or a tough route combo to defend, especially when you haven't defended it all game. Goes drag, gets it just barely. Notice where that drag gets open at. Beats the man coverage, gets right before the zone defender in a little pocket. He's able to hit it easily. This is going to take either David's timeouts here soon, or it's going to take us to underneath the 2-minute warning. Now goes touch pass. I like the play call there. Cuts it up, gain of 3. There's David's first timeout. Down 2 scores. Again, you have life. With that timeout call, though, you are now saying we are in onside kick territory. That is that's what that timeout means right there. You're saying we are in onside kick territory. That's how I'll get the game back. Go auto motion. Goes quick throw. Big quick throw. Big first down. Gotta go run. Run right here. So, this is tough. This is tough if you're David. Now, if you're Lambo, I mean, definitely 100% run right here. It kind of depends on what happens after that. But, yeah, touch pass. Same idea. Boom. Gonna get the clock moving. Trying to just pick up cheap yardage. Little fight forward. David calls his final timeout. Lambo essentially needs a first down to win the game. 1 first is GG's. Gonna go look for a seam streak. No, instead he's gonna go the halfback, first down, and that's game. We're gonna skip ahead some. That's game right there. Yeah, beautiful. Does he score? He goes down. GG's. Lambo wins his first ever belt. If you enjoyed that video, make sure that subscribe button is totally free and helps out the channel a ton. Hopefully you're able to learn something, boys. I'll see you all tomorrow.